Today, Kentucky Republican Senator Rand Paul pulled a very clever move. He forced a procedural vote in the Senate on whether or not the impeachment trial of Donald Trump was even constitutional. It was basically just a way to test the appetite for potentially convicting Donald Trump. And the results told us basically everything that we need to know. Today burst the Democrats' bubble and dramatically marginalized the trial, which is set to begin in 2 weeks. Only 5 Republicans out of 50 in the Senate, 50, crossed party lines to join Democrats, insisting the trial is constitutional. Here they are: Mitt Romney, Ben Sasse, Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins, and Pat Toomey. Those were the only 5 that think they should go to trial. No real shockers here. And make no mistake, today was a huge gut punch for the Democrats, a reality check. They already look pretty stupid pushing this thing with Donald Trump in Florida playing golf. Most Americans see a party with priorities completely out of whack. And now they're going to have to continue forward and start this trial with the entire country already knowing the outcome and knowing that it's not going to happen. They're not going to convict. It's bad politics. Before the vote today, Senator Paul reminded his fellow senators of just how arbitrary the case against Trump really is. Take a listen.
When he said, "I know everyone here will soon march to the Capitol to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard." Peacefully and patriotically, hardly words of violence. No Democrat will honestly ask whether Bernie Sanders incited the shooter that nearly killed Steve Scalise. No Democrat will ask whether Maxine Waters incited violence when she literally told her supporters, and I quote, that if you see a member of the Trump administration at a restaurant, at a department store, at a gas station, or any place, you create a crowd and you push back on them.
All right, all good points that nobody can really argue with. So what is this really about? Why are Democrats hell-bent on this trial? Well, there's 2 reasons. Their absolute hatred of Donald Trump and their absolute fear of Donald Trump. The first one's obvious. They hate him, put him on trial, finish him off, destroy him from political life, make sure he is forever condemned to Mar-a-Lago and can never return to Washington. We all get that. Reason 2, though, is fear. Donald Trump was vilified, demonized, attacked constantly by politicians, by our corporate and media overlords and their pawns for the entirety of his presidency. I mean, he took it on all ends and still managed to pull 74 million votes in re-election. That number horrifies the Democrats, especially now because they know they won't have COVID in 2024 to change the rules dramatically, enhancing their turnout. And they'll likely have Kamala Harris running if Joe Biden keeps going the way he's going. They know that Harris is one of the weakest candidates they have, but they'll have to let her run in Joe's place. She's the VP. Just look at the 2020 primary. Harris really got nowhere. She got crushed. Nobody really likes her. She can fake laugh all she wants. Democrats cannot fix this problem. Now the left has a good reason to be nervous. All right, now on to our current president, Joe Biden, certainly mastering the art of the executive order. Biden seems uninterested in dealing with Congress, ruling much like a king. And today, Susan Rice outlined the latest of many executive orders, this one aimed again at racial equity. Rice claimed today that in America, a country that bends over backwards to promote inclusivity in almost every corner, discrimination is rampant. It is everywhere, she says, and it's costing us trillions in GDP.
Economists have estimated that the U.S. economy has lost a staggering $16 trillion over the last 20 years because of discrimination against families of color.
I did some research. Susan Rice is quoting a study that was done by Citigroup. That's a major banking corporation that one would assume only does research when there's some way to make money off of it. Not sure what Citigroup's angle is on this one. We're going to have to find out. Raymond McGuire, a Citigroup vice chairman who's now running for mayor of New York City, as a matter of fact, was one of the architects of this study. We'd love to have him on to explain his side of this and are requesting an interview. In any case, though, we are seeing a major shift in how this country handles and talks about the issue of race. And the left now says that minorities are victims, and victims all the time. And as a victim, they say you are not getting a fair shot. Our government is here to save you. The last part is key. For Democrats, this is brilliant. Their party does so much better with more people on the dole. That's what they're always trying to create. They know that people start wanting lower taxes and less government when they start making a decent living off of this fantastic capitalistic system and support themselves. Not too long ago, it wasn't racist to say that minorities in this country are not perpetual victims of our society. Take a listen to one of my favorite interviews. It's actually from CNN, back though when CNN was CNN. This was 7 years ago.
Do you think that race plays a part in wealth distribution, or either a mindset that you can't or
Today?
cannot? Yeah.
No.
You don't?
No, I don't. I don't. You and I, we're proof. Why would race have anything to do with it? Put your mind to what you want to do and go for that. It's kind of like religion to me. It's a good excuse for not getting there.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to that, by the way, and I'm going to throw it up on my Twitter here in about 10 minutes. You can check it out. But that's a heck of a moment. Don Lemon agreeing with just about everything that Morgan Freeman had to say there, although I would doubt that today he still does, or at least he wouldn't admit it. Today's liberals would trash Morgan Freeman if he said that in this climate. And it begs the question, what kind of example is the left setting for black Americans in this country? Barack Obama gave many speeches highlighting problems in the black community, issues that plague the black community, like crime and poverty. But Obama didn't just simply blame a racist country for it. Obama was honest about the issues. He knew one major problem so often was the lack of a nuclear family. Take a look.
Too many fathers missing from too many homes. Children who grow up without a father are more likely to live in poverty. They're more likely to drop out of school. They're more likely to wind up in prison.
It's just 10, 11 years ago. You're never going to hear talk like that from the Democrats right now. Right now, the Democrat Party is telling blacks that their problems are entirely the fault of the system, telling them that the entire system is against them. Most of this is clearly political. When Donald Trump started making gains with black voters, they panicked. All of this rioting that we have been seeing, this isn't just grassroots. Don't be fooled. There is dark money, dark left-wing money behind all of this. There's an agenda at play here with all of this race stuff. And that same money put Joe Biden into the White House. And you're seeing the fruits of that now.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.